I'm seeing if this will work. I have no idea. Let me... Alright. Live stream offline. But it says it's starting stream health. The internet can totally see you now. To stop, use your encoder. Okay, I don't I don't totally believe that, since the last time I did this, it said the same thing. It said the internet can totally see you now. But I don't believe it, because I have a blank video with no sound. I wish I could ping people like I can on Facebook to be like, tell me if you can hear this. Do I risk it? It says I'm live, it says it's streaming, it says it's recording. I can see the sound thing going up and down, so I know some sound is being recorded. Can anybody hear me? Maybe I will, see if my mom will get online. You know, moms are definitely good for that, right? Although, of course, now she's not on Facebook Messenger. Well, anyway, I guess I'll just keep going with it and just try it. And maybe this will just be a test, and maybe I'll do another video later. But I'm going off to do some work, so I will be home late. Right now. Let's see if she gets any of these. Can you check it? Okay. Well, it's weird because on the YouTube page it says, it just shows a really pretty picture. But then when I go to my streaming agent, which is Wirecast, which I don't know if I like yet, I can see myself. So, I don't know. If anyone can see me, let me know. I was going to talk tonight about busyness. Busyness is something that I have been, I don't want to say challenged with, because I love being busy. I love being busy at work. I love being busy. I love being busy in all aspects of my life. So, you know, it's kind of, I get I've gotten crap from people before, like, Kelly, you're too busy, you know, you make too many plans, it's hard, like, you know, if it's hard to get a hold of me sometimes, which I feel like I'm pretty good about that, at least. But yeah, I jam-pack my life, always. And it doesn't really get to me that much. I do notice that I relish my moments of not being busy. I do relish the times when I just sit down and watch a movie. Or the times when I can really live in the present and not feel so stressed. Like, you know, where I can just, like last night, for example, I hung out with my friend, and she's like, what are you going to do? I was like, well, when I get home, I've got to clean up my house, and I've got these other, you know, things to do. And she's like, I think I'm just going to go watch a movie. And I was like, well, let's go watch a movie. Let's go see a movie. I don't go to the movies that much these days, and there's a bunch of movies out I want to see. So we ended up going to see a movie. We saw Despicable Me 3. It was funny. But it's like, I like, you know, I create enough space in my life to do the things that I like to do. At the same time, you know, sometimes I get frustrated because I'm paying rent in one city, yet spend a lot of my time in other places, like traveling every weekend, or this weekend I'm going. My mom says she says she has me live, but I don't know. Mom, if you can hear me, type something in the live chat box on YouTube. And so I'm going to a music festival this weekend. Ooh, it says one watching. That must be my mom. That's how famous I am. That must be you. So I'm guessing you can hear me. Can you see me, though? That's the question. Because I am showing, I can see myself in Wirecast, but in YouTube it's just showing a really pretty picture. So, Mom, chatbox me, or whoever's watching, chatbox me if you can actually see me. Maybe you can't even hear me. I don't know. So, yeah, so this weekend I'm going to a music festival because I got cheap tickets. And then next week I'm going to, awesome, she can hear and see me. I like how she texts me, though, instead of using the public chat box. Thanks, Mom. You're my one streamer right now. I'm talking about busyness and how I'm always busy and how I get a lot of grief for it sometimes from friends and maybe family, too. But I love, there you go. But I love being busy. I just, even in my job, if I'm bored, I can't handle it. And so I tend to pick off, not to say I don't procrastinate too. It's not like I'm a crazy person. Yeah, I just always loved it. But it is hard because sometimes I feel like, when society points out that I shouldn't be as busy, and by society I mean people or circumstances, or I get overbooked and then all of a sudden I don't do anything. Like that's definitely happens, where I have double or triple booked myself and not gone around being like yes, yes, yes to everything, just kind of been like maybe, 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 and then I weigh out my options at night, and sometimes I bail on everything and I just go home and veg. But I don't know. Are there anybody else out there that's like that just loves to be nonstop? And I'm nonstop, like in the sense that, in the past few months since moving to Montana, I've essentially driven back and forth from California, which is where I moved here from, which is a 2-day drive, solid 2-day drive, with a sleep, with a good long nap in there, like 6 hours. That's good. That's basically a full night's sleep. But I basically have done that, several times in the last few months, as well as going down to Colorado, and then extending my stay in various places just based on circumstances, and then like picking up this last minute festival ticket for this weekend, which is in Colorado, and then I'll be in New Orleans for a convention the week after, and then the week after I'm going to Wyoming for another festival. No, it sounds exhausting, but I love it. The only thing I don't like is I don't like paying rent in one place, because I feel like I should just pay rent for like my vehicle to be parked somewhere. But then I'd have to get rid of a lot of stuff, as you can probably see. I can't even see myself, so I don't know what you can see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got stuff. So yeah, so I guess I just want to talk about busyness, and I do think that there's a balance, but I feel like if you have happiness in your life and and you are finding time to, like, through that busyness, to really live in the present and live in the moment, then that's the most important thing. Because for me, I set up that 21-day challenge to meditate every day. I haven't done it. I mean, have you heard me talk about it in the last few videos? I haven't been doing it, and it's still something I want to get back to, but I also kind of know that, like anything else, it's one of those things where when I'm ready to do it for reals, I'll do it. And, I was hoping to use this meditative space, this little yurt that's in my yard. It's my landlord's yard. And that's not really an option for me. So, kind of on to the next idea. Like, my next idea is getting up earlier, because being as busy as I am, getting up early helps to defray some of my stress around working and fitting everything into the day that I want to fit in. So I think it's just all about balance, and I haven't figured out what my balance is and how to manage that. And I think what I work on is staying happy and staying present throughout the process. Since I've been moving around a lot the past month or so, just been different places and variety of plans, even the last minute paddle to the lake that I did, or the island that I did yesterday. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that I got back from yesterday. That was kind of an impromptu thing. I decided on, Friday night that I was going to go on Saturday. So because of that, I don't always get, things in that I want to get done in, and I just end up reprioritizing. And I used to stress out a lot more about it. I used to make all these to-do lists, and now if I notice that something's been falling to the wayside, over and over again, then it just gets cut off the list. And I just don't stress about it, because if it was that important to me, it would get done. It's like trusting yourself through the process. So, yeah, I guess that's really all I wanted to talk about today, because I was feeling like I'm very busy right now, and a couple of friends just texted me and said, hey, let's hang out. But they're just as busy as I am, and our schedules are totally opposite, so it's not going to work out for a while. And that it is what it is. I would love to be able to have so much free time that I could go down this weekend to my best friend's birthday party. But it's a 2-day drive each way, and I just can't swing that. I just started a new job more recently, which is part-time, but I really want to put my time into that, and, just it is what it is. So anyway, I guess I welcome your comments and questions about being busy. Are you that type of person that is always double booking? How do you feel about it? Because that's the biggest thing for me is sometimes I feel like I get almost more flack from friends than I really, perceive upon myself, if that makes sense. And I think that I try to also analyze the way that it might be adversely affecting bigger goals, like, starting my own business. How do I input certain things that are then potentially like a self-sabotage for something bigger? So I try to analyze those aspects too. But I also try not to overthink all of it, because that's just another trap. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on busyness, and maybe I threw in a little bit of ego there at the end, which is good. I'm glad this live stream worked, and thanks for watching, Ema. And I will try to go live more often as I perfect this process. I hope that when I hit stop, or whatever I hit right now, that it will actually work, and it'll actually stop it and save to YouTube or whatever it's supposed to do. Okay.